games and the shenanigans that YouTube will try is utterly ridiculous. So let's talk about this. All right, first of all, monumental, record-breaking moment in the Britain GP was absolutely entertaining, was absolutely probably the best race this season, not just because Lewis Hamilton won, but because several battles on track, unknowns coming at the end, situations unveiling and unraveling as we watch that race. And of course, the nail biter with Lewis Hamilton on the end of the stretch on softs, which people kind of questions, and Max on hards, which people kind of question. And it was very good. Doorman Lando showed up again. But let's talk about this. We have another movie coming to the screens that is going to attempt to depict a sport that many of us really enjoy, a culture that many of us really enjoy. Lynn and Mercedes in the chat for the first time. You're not first to last. Big shout out. And there is a problem. There is a known problem with movies like this, okay? I don't know if you've ever seen Days of Thunder, Talladega Nights, which is really more of a comedy, not really something that depicts an actual or like, nonfiction events that happen. But you got Days of Thunder, which really that movie's based around NASCAR and a couple of drivers, maybe even Willie T. Ribbs. Then we have Driven. We have, what's the other movie? We got Rush. We got Gone in 60 Seconds. Fast and the Furious, which right now is trash. Totally trash, all right? So we go Galactus, Sylvia Wick Kelly, what's going on? So right now with this movie, we're wondering, are they going to hit the marks? What marks are they going to hit? I think before we really saw any of this movie, a lot of us probably said, you know what, this is going to be a movie that's definitely probably going to be about Lewis Hamilton and Nico, and it's going to be depicted in Mercedes, and we saw the car, but maybe some of us were thinking Mercedes wasn't going to be there and this team was going to take the place of Mercedes, but actually I'm wondering if this is going to be the 11th team on the grid. And is this about a team coming to Formula One, trying to make it amongst the big dogs like Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull, and trying to see how they weigh out? So first, we're going to get into this. We had a super chat last time as we got ready to just log off.
How am I supposed to make that safe?
I would say
Who said anything about safe?
No, Automate Tanny, big shout out to you. All right, we're going to hold on. We're going to hold this. We're going to hold this. We got you. Big shout out to Automate Tanny right here. I'm so glad the universe is finally acknowledging the strength and dedication of Sir Hamilton. Through it all, no crying, no excuse. Sir Hamilton put his head down and kept going. Not for anyone else, for himself. To prove to himself, no matter what, at Still I Rise, truly inspiring. And it was truly inspiring. Truly inspiring what Hamilton has been able to do, what he's accomplished against so many odds that have been against him, all right? Like, let's just be for real. Lewis Hamilton has accomplished something that is ridiculously awesome. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to come big when I say this. There were a lot of people that were riding with Lewis and were riding with Mercedes that then decided to take on devil's advocate, that then decided to take on the Red Bull cap and probably weigh the lines. There are people out there, content creators, and also that decided to step in the middle because they started trying to see maybe there's no value in supporting Lewis. I want to be more on this side of the fence in case Max gets 4. Then, listen, it's no lie. It's no myth. It's no story to be told. You will not be great forever. Okay, there will always come a time where the GOATs, the greatest in any sport, will start to diminish in their physical ability that has given them the pathway to being great. It's just that some GOATs don't fall off like other GOATs. And with anomalies like Lewis Hamilton, you don't know when it's actually going to happen. And it's still truth. Lewis Hamilton having diminishing skills is still far more ability than anybody else on the grid. So even if he diminishes a little bit, you're talking about he's as good as Max. And a lot of people thought Max is on his way to be great. So think about Lewis Hamilton, diminishing ability, being at the level of Max Verstappen, diminished. Think about Lewis Hamilton, diminishing ability, being still best and better than 18 other drivers on the grid. With the right car, right team, that's still championship ingredients. So what I do want to say is those out there playing devil advocate like Lewis cannot win another one, like it's impossible, like can he do it, will he do it? Well, a lot of y'all wrote him off and said he wasn't going to never win again anyway. A lot of y'all said a lot of y'all pulled out stats and said that, you know what, 300 GPs, he ain't ever going to do it. But we'll have another podcast for that. Let's get into this movie because I'm going to give you my opinions on this, tell you what I think, tell you how I feel about it. So let's go ahead, look at some of this, and get ready to go from here. So I'm going to bring this in.
We need to build our car for combat.
How am I supposed to make that safe?
Who said anything about safe?
Okay, so right there, I'm going to say this. Right there, I am going to say that I'm a bit... we
need to build our car for combat.
I'm a bit kind of...
How am I supposed to make that safe?
Who said anything about safe?
You know, with this whole scene, I'm a bit kind of lost. I'm not lost. I just am... Okay, how are you supposed to make that safe? So now we know 11 Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull are all there. Now we're talking about building a car for battle. Okay, so here's the whole action build-up part. We're going to build a Formula One car, one of the most delicate, sensitive cars to contact, which we've seen plenty of times outside of the Max Verstappen and Lando contact, a car that does not do well with physical contact with other cars, let alone anything else, okay? So now there's this, we're going to build a Formula One car for battle in the corners. She's like, how am I going to make that safe? Who says anything about safe? Okay, now we got the pump up. I don't know how they're going to do this in such a way that will not only have a hint of believability, okay? Because it's a movie. It's okay for some things to be a bit on the edge. But I do think in a movie based on Formula One, you can only go so far before you run into the wall of shenanigans, okay? It's not like street racing. A lot more dramatic things can happen in street racing as far as a car getting hit, being able to continue on and still win a race, than a Formula One car getting smashed to bits and still doing something. Although we saw Lewis Hamilton win a race on 3 tires, all right? Let's keep in mind, that car wasn't under extreme contact. Let's look at what happened to Max when he decided to dive down on Lewis Hamilton and then paid the price in the wall. You saw how that car looked. Let's think about Perez's car in Monaco. We saw how that car looked. These cars don't do well with contact. So how they're going to incorporate this where it's action-packed but have a hint of a believability but enough wildness, I don't know. But right there, I'm a bit kind of... I'm right now. So let's check out the rest of this. All right, let's go for the rest of this. All right, here we go. All right, so right here, I think many of us saw, white driver, black driver, and immediately some of us probably popped to Nico and Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton and Nico, okay? Now, with this not being Mercedes and Mercedes being on the grid, I still do believe that a portion or some essence of that rivalry is going to exist here. Okay, I still do think that because as you see right here, we're gonna go down a little bit right here, and you're gonna see. All right, so we know probably gonna be the only black driver on the grid, which no guess who? That's a representation in some form of Lewis Hamilton. Okay, I don't think we're gonna see, if we see 2 black drivers on the grid, that'd be crazy, but I doubt they're gonna do it. So let's just go a little bit further into a scene that we're going to see that kind of made me wonder if that's going to be it.
All over the place, singing, we will rock you. Sing.
All right, so it was that scene right there. This scene right here, where he comes in and throws the helmet. All right, he comes in and throws the helmet right there. Immediately, I started to think, okay, so what is this conflict? Is this conflict Is this conflict between the two drivers now? Lewis being frustrated with the older driver, Nico or Alonso, which I thought one of the actors in there, if they ever did a Lewis Hamilton and Alonso movie, he would be awesome to play that part. He's played in several good movies. He played in No Country for Old Men. He played in, I think he played in one of the Aquaman movies or some movie like that. He's played in a few movies where he's a phenomenal actor to me in his right. He's not one of the greatest, but he definitely, when he gets in his part, he plays his part. But is this going to be a rivalry between the young driver and the old driver? Is this going to have some hint of Nico and Lewis Hamilton, some kind of resemblance of Alonso and Lewis Hamilton? Because right here, he's frustrated. He's coming in the garage. He's throwing the helmet. Is this just because of development of the car, or is this going to be a feud between drivers? Okay, that's what I want to know, how they're going to bring that in, what all they're going to bring into that. Also, I would like to say that this movie, to me, is evidence that there definitely has to be room for an 11th team on the grid, because you're allowing a fake team to come in and take up an entire garage, 2 garage spaces just for a movie. So this is the part where I'm wondering what's going to happen. And I think as this trailer goes on, we see a bit more of that, because they get away from so much of the Apex car with the other cars, and it starts seeming like we see more clips of the 2 teammates in a battle. So let's continue on with this. All right, so here we go right here. This is where I really start to get. Now, I think a lot of us are at this time, when you see this scene, you're thinking about George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, pit stop strategies, who they calling in. Did he go in on a pit stop strategy where he wasn't called in to get the edge over his teammate? That is what I'm starting to think here. This is where I think, to me, a little bit more of hint of inter-team battling started to happen. So when I saw this scene, I immediately said, Galacticus in the super chat says, fam, set your brain to the side, enjoy the ride, don't take it so seriously, it's just a movie. I heard they spending $300 million a while. Man, listen, Galactus, I am a car fanatic. I'm a car person. And when I see car movies, I want to be wild and I want to go for the ride, but at the same time, I want some connectivity to reality, just reality on steroids. But I also say this, I don't want a movie that's going to diminish the public perspective of the motorsports world. I don't want a movie where I go in here and watch it and I feel like I would have been more entertained watching last season's Formula One season. If I go see this movie, they spent $300 million and I'm not entertained, whether it be through entertainment, whether it be through action, whether it be through drama, storyline, mise-en-scènes, I'm going to be heavily disappointed. I'm going to be heavily disappointed. Let's get this right. Rush was an awesome movie to me. The story of damn, what we got? Damn, what the hell? Damn. You know what I'm talking about. James Hunt, and y'all are going to crucify me for this, because it's like as soon as his name's right here, I would say it every day, and then as soon as you want to call it up, it damn just wants to evade you. But that Rush movie was absolutely awesome, all right? It was absolutely awesome. And I got to say that movies like this don't always come along well, okay? When you're talking about Niki Lauda, you don't want a movie with Niki Lauda in it, and then Niki Lauda. See, when I stop trying to stress it and just talk natural, it just Niki comes to mind. All right, you don't want a movie with Niki and James Hunt to be trash, okay? That movie wasn't trash. That was a very good movie to me. Did you all watch the Lamborghini movie? Did you all just watch the Ferrari movie? The Ferrari movie was not good to me. It was just meh. The Ferrari movie was meh. It was like, meh. Okay, all right. Lamborghini versus Ferrari, that movie was meh. Sylvia Wick, thank you. Rick Rush, Hunt, and Lauda, right. What if the mass likes it, but you don't? Hey, I'm cool. If the mass likes it And it's still probably a good movie because you got to think, everybody's not going to like every movie, right? It can still be a good movie, but I probably can rest assured you that if the mass likes it, I'll find something to like about it. It's got to be horrible for me not to like it. There might be bits and pieces of it that I don't really vibe with, but I can still look at it and say, you know what? Majority of the project, it was still a good movie. I just think it could have hit a little bit better in these areas, which we don't know yet. We don't know what all areas it's going to hit on like. But so there are some things that I want to see if it's going to be or not be in the movie. Is this going to be kind of a Nico Lewis Hamilton, Alonzo Lewis Hamilton kind of balled up with some new era shit in it? Is it going to be an inter-team battle between teammates, or is it going to be a young gun, old gun teammate trying to improve a car, and they're both just frustrated with the development of the car, but he needs some guidance from the old gun and the new gun takes over? What is it going to be? I want to know if these things are going to be in there. And I want to know how they're going to bring about this battle-built Formula One car to be wow us, but then not make us say, this is some F10. This is like Fast and the Furious 10 crap. It's just so overboard. I can't like it. It's so overboard that this should be more of a Star Wars or some Top Gun movie. I don't think that'd be a good feel. I think if you really like motorsports and they go overboard and you see this car getting wrecked up in the corners and making it through contact on top of contact that we know is damn near impossible for any Formula One car to make it through, we're going to have a lot of reserve about that, okay? We're going to have a lot of reserve about that. So let's check out the rest. All right, so right there, here's the battlefield that I'm getting. Like, they are really going to battle it out. And this is what the movie's about, because you can obviously see he's checking for him in his mirrors. He's looking around for him, and it's just like, what is going on right here? What is going to happen right here? And this is where I think a lot of us were like, there's no way Max didn't see Lando. I think a lot of us was like, no way Max didn't see Lando. He was checking mirrors left and right. He knew where Lando was. He was blocking him. And that's what I'm getting right here. I'm getting that Brad Pitt's character is definitely blocking or trying to block Dam's character, okay? And if that is the case, then we are in, Joshua is trying to get around Sonny. And I think at this point in time, we might be comfortable saying that, yeah, there's going to be an inter-team battle between Joshua and Sonny, okay, at that point in time. I am going to say this, though. I'm going to say it, but don't take it the wrong way. I'm a little bit reserved on this movie. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm a little bit reserved on this movie. I'm going to just be straight up. I'm a little bit reserved already as it is. Just a teaser. Gladiator 2 trailer came out. I saw that hip hop soundtrack and people already hating it, all because they were trailer track. I don't hate the Gladiator 2 trailer. I don't, because the Gladiator 2 trailer, unlike this trailer, the Gladiator 2 trailer let us know how much of it is still going to be connected with Gladiator, gave us hints of descendants of the Gladiator, and Denzel Washington being in there, which I don't know if a lot of you all know, but black people were there in Rome days and even Roman emperors. If you don't know, the month of September comes after Septembris, which is actually a black Roman emperor. So don't know if a lot of you knew that, but just food for thought. I think there were maybe 5 or 6 black emperors in Roman's era that actually ruled Rome. So, they don't like to teach a lot of that, but it is true. So Gladiator 2 looks dope, and it's going to expound on it. It looks dope, but then at the same time, it can look dope and be a dud. I'm wondering if this movie looks dope, looks dudish, but could be a boom.
We need to build a car for combat.
I am wondering about that.
How am I supposed to make that safe?
Who said anything?
So that is definitely something that I'm questioning, definitely something that I'm wondering about. Is this movie going to be a dud? And I'm telling you right now, it is the first trailer. Mechanic says, I heard GOAT plays the bad guy in this F. Oh, hey, man, that could be a twist, right? That could be a good twist. Because I think a lot of us, when we heard that this project was coming, maybe some people assumed that Lewis Hamilton was going to play a main character. We already saw that they were in the lineup for the national anthem or whatever the case was. We saw the drivers lined up there. We knew that they had did that. I liked the way they filmed within an actual Formula One event happening. So that real feel of Formula One events, if you've ever been to one, I think they should be able to capture that. No doubt, the director, the producer who worked on Top Gun Maverick, phenomenal movie. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So I don't expect to not enjoy this one. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Top Gun Maverick is an awesome movie. I completely enjoy the original Top Gun. I was concerned when this one came out. I ordered the shirt, wore it to the movie theater, went VIP, recliners, food, all that, and the movie was awesome. And since then, I've watched it multiple times. I can watch it if it comes on right now and it's on TV. I don't watch a lot of TV, but if it comes on, I'm eating, I'm going to watch it. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that this movie will be made up of the good stuff. But I'm still going to wait for the second and third trailers to come out because I don't think there was enough in here to say this going to be a banger. But I do think there was a lack of in here that people can kind of say, I'm questioning it. I don't know, battle tested. What are we doing here? Are we about to bring in fighter pilot type Star Wars Mission Impossible shit in the Formula One? Or are we going to have a Formula One movie that's going to have a bit of pump and steroid on it with some drama, with some action, with some very intense scenes? Because I believe the cameras and the angles and the cars they use should put us in it. Top Gun Maverick was a phenomenal movie because they were able to take the cast and literally put them in jets, and they had to go through the testing, they had to go through flights, they had to experience this for real, and they caught that on camera. The way they used the Super Hornet in the second pilot seat to give us the real look of the faces as they're flying under real G's but filming a movie was exciting, okay? And this is what they've taken those dynamics and put them here. Sylvia Witt Kelly says they took some of the drivers on board cams and CGI the movie car on it. It looks like it's going to be a good one. I'm expecting it and hoping that it is a good one. I am, because I think we're due for another good car movie. I think the last couple of car movies that have come out have kind of been duds. The Ferrari movie was not that great, okay? Ford versus Ferrari was a good one. Ferrari versus Lamborghini was kind of duddish to me, all right? Driven, don't think I need to completely go into that one. I don't think I need to completely go into that one. I think Cars, the movie Cars was better than Driven, all right? Rush, good movie, okay? Rush was a good movie. What's another one? Gone in 60 Seconds? Good movie, all right? Days of Thunder, good movie. I think that Wrath, good movie in its time. What other movies are there? We got what other movie that was like Christine, that it's a car movie but it's not a racing movie. I want racing movies we kind of race. Drive was a decent movie as well. Drive was a decent movie. Who else? Baby Driver was trash to me. What else we got? Le Mans. Oh yeah, Ford versus Ferrari with the Le Mans situation, that was good. So I think there have been more miss on car movies than there have been hits, and I want this one to actually be a hit. Galactus says, will you see the opening weekend or wait for DVD? I think with a movie like this, I'm going to go VIP to the big screen. I think I'm going to go VIP to the big screen. I think it's only right. I think with a movie that has this much investment in it, $300 million, like I went to see Top Gun, I want to see it on the big screen to get the full experience of sound. Even if they have a 3D version, like a 4D version, I want to get sound. I want to feel the rumble. I want to feel the crashes. I want to feel the soundtrack. I want my brain to experience it on the biggest screen possible, so it could just be overloaded with effects and just mise-en-scènes and impact. I'm going to see this on the big screen. Wildcat says, I'm looking forward to DTS new season. With what we've seen this season, love y'all. Best community for F1. Yo, Wildcat, I think DTS this season, I think this should be a good season. I think this should be a good season without any of the BS that they want to try to put in it. I think this season just naturally has enough in it for them to make a lot of behind the scenes things that we haven't seen come to the TV. I think it is going to be a good season. I agree with you on that. So I'm hoping that right now, this season has completely surprised all of us. And I'm going to say all of us, because I don't think there was anybody that saw Max Verstappen not being on podium in this season. I don't think there were many people that believed Lewis Hamilton would win a race after 300 GPs this season. This season has turned up. Qualifying was the best event until the last few races, and now we have qualifying and the race to look forward to. So, yeah, the triple header was awesome, baby. It was awesome. The mechanic says, Jay, the type of brother who thinks all the Fast and the Furious movies deserved a Grammy. Yo, I do not. Actually, bro, I'm going to tell you, I took part in filming Fast 5. My S13 was casted, and I got casted as an extra in Fast 5. I got the pay stub somewhere around here to prove it, and the pictures when I was on scene. But I do not think all Fast and the Furious. I believe anything after Fast 5 is garbage. I almost lightweight, for real, Fast 5 disappointed me. That's where I really stopped watching Fast and the Furious. Like, these Fast and the Furious movies are garbage. What are you doing sending a Fiero out of space in scuba diving gear? Bro, you got me messed up. X is trash. 9 was trash. 8 was trash. They were trash, okay? Fast and the Furious has lost its way so bad it's not even funny. You don't have cars parachuting from air, dropping on the ground, then getting shot by many Gatling guns out the side of a bus, and they just moving out the way. That's not happening. Many Gatling guns chew up more than that. Fast and the Furious is garbage. It's lost its way. I haven't spent a dime in it since I went to watch Fast 5 to see if we made the cut, which really pissed me off because after we took 2 weeks, okay, I showed up on set for 2 weeks, all right, 2 weeks. We had to be on set at 1800 downtown Atlanta. We didn't finish filming until 7 a.m. in the next morning. I then had to rush home with my car, which thank God I had turbo and a very high performance motor, very clean car. I made Super Street 2. I got home in less time, took a shower, went to work. After work, got home, got the car, went back to set. I did that for 2 weeks. Sleep deprived like a motherfucker. Let me tell you what happens. The dude taking the film back to Cali takes it through the damn detector and gets the film ruined. They call us back for a quick 3-day film of trying to capture 7 days of 12-hour filming, which is not going to happen. And my part where The Rock walks up behind me, Dwayne Johnson, which I met him, cool-ass dude. I met Vin Diesel, which he liked my car. We talked for a little while. And his stunt double, which, oddly, they do look similar, but in person a little different. But ruined all of that footage. It pissed me off, man. So, yeah, very small clip if you ever see my tail lights. But really, there was a scene in Fast 5 where the camera comes up and I'm standing there. Dwayne Johnson and his squad are getting ready to bust it up when they went to Brazil party, which was later in Atlanta. And I look around and I'm looking like, what the fuck? And that was on camera and then that got ruined. So, yeah, I lost my whole little cameo, Fast and the Furious. But you know it is what it is. Stop the cap, Jay. You think Vin Diesel should be the man? Yeah, he should be the next president of Hot Wheels. Definitely of Hot Wheels. Galactus fam, you need to find the comedy and distress. All right. So, man, I'm just saying, man, I enjoy car movies. So when they ruined Fast and the Furious, I'm like, damn, they took the Street movie, which was a good one, and then they just ruined it. Almost Too Fast, Too Furious was one of the most cringiest movies with Ludacris in it, too. But yeah, I am looking forward to this being a banger. I would enjoy this movie being a banger, for real. And I would enjoy if it was on the level of Top Gun Maverick in the car world. I definitely would. So we'll see what happens. It's early. We still got a few more trailers that are going to come out, and we'll see how it goes. So other than that, you already know I'm going to get ready to build the link up for this Sunday's race. We are racing at the Britain GP Silverstone. Who's going to be the grudge race driver to do as Lewis Hamilton has done and capture the top step of the podium and win at Silverstone with team colors? I want to see how many cars are actually going to be in Mercedes liveries or Ferrari liveries. That's really what I want to see. And you know what? You're damn right. Ricky Bobby is one of the best car movies. If you're not first, you're last, and you better go watch that. That is a good-ass movie. Ricky Bobby is a good movie. Formula. All right. With that, I'm out. Peace.